I have some new tour dates to announce, and some of these are coming up soon, and these are new. August 3rd, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Auditorium. August 4th, Memphis, Tennessee, the Cannon Center for the Performing Arts. September 7th, Milwaukee. September 13th, San Jose, California, the San Jose Civic Center. September 16th, Oakland, California, the Paramount Theater. October 5th, Cleveland, Ohio, at Temple Live at Cleveland Masonic. And then October 7th, Akron, Ohio, at E.J. Thomas Hall. And October 19th, Washington, D.C., DAR Constitution Hall. Artist presale begins Wednesday, July 12th at 10 a.m. local time with code RATKING. General on sale begins Friday, July 14th at 10 a.m. local time. We've also added an 8th show in Toronto on August 30th at the Elgin Theater. Tickets for that are available now. Get your tickets only at theovon.com/TOUR. Any other site is a secondary site. Man, craziest thing, I was eating dinner, because I eat at night. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I eat it, I eat in the evening. I eat at night. I eat dinner. It's just kind of one of the people I am. I'm somebody that eats dinner. And yeah, I guess there's a new, I don't know if this is everywhere, but this was, blood donor. They're looking for blood. They came to the door. The blood donor people come to the door and ask if anybody is willing to donate blood. And I'm like, I'm eating dinner. That was the thing. I'm having dinner. I guess I don't want to stop having dinner to give. I want to give blood. I want to be supportive. I just think it's weird if they're going door to door trying to get it. I understand you go door to door, you need a glass of milk, right? I understand you go door to door, you need CPR, Hey, Ernie can't breathe. We can't, we need help. But door to door for blood, I can even handle the insect guy. Hey, buddy, where he, that guy always shows up. He's like, hey, man, we're just, we're exterminating the neighbors, want to extend the option to you. We'll give you $40 off. And then he's always like, what's that behind you? Is that a wasp? They always try to scare you, them guys. Like, oh, damn. He'll just do like that with his head. And we're like, whoa, was that a wasp? And they're doing fake wasps. And some of these companies now, these insect companies, they'll have a guy sitting in the truck with a little drone wasp. And he'll have that bitch going. And they set you up. And then he's like, damn, your house is infected. You got bed bugs. You got bench worms. You got you could have, there's probably bumblebees in your flour, in your bread box. And you're like, what? But before you know it, it's $80 and you got some guy spraying gas all around, doing that gas all around the house. Or they come through and they're just spraying. Those insect people, they'll spray I saw a dude one time, he was on his phone and he just had the spray gun just going. He left about probably 7 or 8 ounces of, it's probably just repellent. He left 7 or 8 ounces in a children's playroom. I saw him just sitting on the gas. He was on his phone ordering something, getting him a Jimmy John or getting him a Fat Sal's, or something, or a vet, getting him a little bit of Butch's Pizza. He was ordering something on the phone. But, yeah, so those are people I can understand doing door to door. Those are people I can understand. But when they're door to door, they're like, hey, we're here with the blood, state blood bank or something, and we're here. We're just seeing if anybody in the home today is willing to give blood. And then the guy kind of looks in my house like he's gonna see somebody in a distance who just happened to be like, oh, I got extra blood on me or whatever. Or yeah, I was just gonna play some Call of Duty, but I'll drop off a pint. I'll give you half a pint. I don't know if I can legally give blood or not. They said I couldn't one time because I had done steroid use, and they won't let you give blood. So it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but it shouldn't hurt my feeling. But when somebody's like, hey, we don't want your blood, that's because you got a lot of blood. Somebody's like, damn, we don't want your blood. Yeah, door-to-door salesman, that would be. Going door-to-door, they don't have as much of it. When I was young, the egg man would come and he'd bring, he'd show you a thing of eggs. You want some eggs, And my mom would be like, get off our porch, you fucking pervert. Because sometimes he'd be looking in the windows. Sometimes he'd just be looking he wouldn't even have any eggs. It was like, dude, are you selling eggs or are you just a peeping Tom? Are you don't have any eggs. So what are you doing here? It's 10 p.m. And what other people? They had door to door. The people would do the magazines and it was like a scam, They'd come and they'd be like dancing on your porch, like, hey, don't you want a copy of this magazine, And it would be a scam. They'd have like a menu of magazines, like Time magazine, Newsweek, Cosmopolitan, Bitches Getting Rowdy. You're like, and that was a cookbook. They also had like a little cookbook area. But I remember, and it was always a scam. You'd pay the guy, you would never see the magazines. And then a year later, they'd come back by. But some of the titles they had on there, it was just, they were like, are these really magazines, Gays and Guns? And it was like, I remember they had all types of stuff in there. Sports Illustrated, different stuff. Grateful to be here with you guys today. I know it's been a while since we had a solo, and I'm sorry about that. But it won't be any longer. Let's get into it, baby. It's Bishop Gunn.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it.
Come on.
In my bones.
I'm gonna stare.
But it's gonna take a little time for me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my story. Shine on me, and I will find a song. I will sing it just for you.
And there they are right there. That's Bishop Gunn with Shine. Gotta love them. So grateful for that song. That song has really given us an anthem and a piece of material over the years to have together. What's going on? Just staying alive, brother. That's it. It's been a bit. I'm trying to think of where to start. I feel a little bit nervous, actually. I don't know if I just haven't done this in a while or, I don't know. I feel a little nervous. I feel kind of nervous today. So that's okay. I'm just going to say that, and that's okay. Yeah, I want to just fill you in what's going on with me recently, just tell you what I've been up to. And see, I feel like I'm just forgetting how to do this, but that's okay. I'm not. It's just like it's just been a little bit of doing a solo episode. I haven't done it in a while. And so I'm really grateful. I was really excited to be able to sit here, and I want to get into some calls in a little bit. I just got back. I went to UFC. That was really cool. But one thing I did really recently that was just divine. And I mean, you could just, God, it was just dang divine. I mean, you could feel the Lord just touching you while you were watching it. And it was the rodeo. I went to the rodeo recently. I went to the Franklin Rodeo, and it was in Franklin, Tennessee. And, man, the rodeo, you think it's going to be a lot of people spit and dip and even women doing it. You'll have a woman, she'll have a hit of Copenhagen tucked up. Some of these, they're tough. They'll tuck a hit of Hagen right up in their labia. You know what I'm saying? They don't, you're like, damn, where's she spitting from? It's tough. So it can be a unique lot out there, or a unique lot of people that go to watch rodeo. But it was unbelievably entertaining. I'd forgotten how good it was. I think I'd only been once, and I had pink eye, so I couldn't even see that good. I remember, I think my mom took us once, and yeah. So I was, I only had, I was infected at the time, so I couldn't see good, but it was unbelievable. I went to the Franklin Rodeo, and at one point there's this event where they bring out they bring children out of the stands, and they tie like ribbons to the tail or they put like a ribbon onto the end of a sheep, and they let the sheep run, and all these kids just chase these sheep trying to get the ribbon off of the tail. It was insane. And then you have also bull riding. And then there's some calf like roping and stuff. Some of that's kind of intense. If you're kind of like very, pretty sensitive, it can be maybe a little bit intense. But yeah, I mean, you'll see they'll be lassoing. Sometimes you'll see milk fly out of something. You're like, damn, was that milk? And your dad's like, cover your eyes. You're not supposed to be on this website. But they had a horse. There's one point where this man had trained a horse, and the horse stands up on his legs, brother. And I'd never seen this. And this horse, I don't know if he was like a business horse, or if he's one of the, I don't know how he got his skill set really. But he stood up on his legs, like in the middle of the arena, and then he walked out of the arena on his legs, a horse. And I'd never seen it. But it blew my mind. Anyway, if you get a chance to go see a rodeo, I totally recommend it. I'd forgotten how great it was, how interesting it was, the different amounts of talent. You get to cheer for people. They got some hardcores out there too. I mean, they got some women out. They got some strong, men and women. They got some people that are, they got some people that'll they'll shake your fucking hand. They will shake your hand. So they have some people like that out there. But yeah, it was amazing. I just want to recommend the rodeo if you haven't been going and doing things that are interesting, or you're thinking, oh, there's nothing in my area, or if you just haven't been to a rodeo in a long time. I want to recommend the rodeo. What else? We had the Roseanne, our Roseanne episode got taken down. Do a little bit of business with you guys here. our Roseanne episode got taken down, and we got strikes on YouTube, a strike on YouTube, and we couldn't post for a week. Those were the rules. And at first I was really shocked. I believe that what Roseanne said was satire, right? I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that she is a comedian. I know she's a comedian. We're having a conversation. She was being satirical. To me, very evident. Now, YouTube has their own policies. They have hate speech policies, and that's what we got our strike for, was hate speech. And I think I was kind of offended by that. I didn't think that was, I didn't think that it was fair. And I think the toughest part was there's no communication. You don't get to communicate with YouTube really about it. Right? This ruling comes from like a place you can't, or people you can't communicate with or access. And then that's how they do it, right? And now I understand they have their policies and they have to do their best to uphold their policies, right? And I'm thankful to YouTube. I'm very grateful that it exists, right? Because I have a place to speak from. I have a platform from which to talk and a place to host a show. Like, I'm very grateful for that. Truly am. But yeah, I think the tough part was just that it felt like there was no communication about it. It was just like, this is what it is. And I understand that's their policies. But I think there was, there should be, I feel like you should have some conversation about it. Because for YouTube, they call you like partners, right? You're like, we're partners, Because I'm not an employee of YouTube, but I'm a partner. That's what they call it, that you're a partner, YouTube partner. And so, yeah, I just felt like if I'm a partner, then let's at least have a discussion with me about what's going on. So you can hear what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. So I think that was the toughest part. I just felt like it was kind of, I felt like there was no chance for me to speak or share what I was thinking or feeling. And maybe that's just how it is. That's business. So I don't know. I had some different feelings about it. I also have to take into account that I want to be able to have a show. I want to be able to connect with people. And just times are different. People could say, well, you can still have your voice even if you lose a channel or your social media gets taken down. You still have your own voice, which is true. But times have changed. It's like it's not just a soapbox in your neighborhood anymore, in your tribe. Your people are communicating with a lot more people at once and on bigger levels or different levels. But when you communicate something out in social media or on YouTube, it's accessible to more people. So it's not like you're just standing on your soapbox, in a town hall or something. So it's really like YouTube has kind of become like paper, like they're the paper. All these social media platforms, they're the paper now. And it's almost, sometimes it feels like, well, the paper gets to determine what's written on it. Whereas it used to feel more like, hey, you can write what you want on this paper and deal with consequences or interpretations of it. But now sometimes it feels like, well, if you put something on this paper, the paper is now determining what you're even allowed to. It's like as if a piece of paper, you're writing stuff on it, and the paper was able to edit as you're writing. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just, it's just an interesting time. Now, what was really crazy was that when the episode got taken down, I believe that it should be able to live somewhere, right? I believe that it was a great episode. I was really grateful to be able to talk with, a real matriarch. Yeah, a real matriarch of comedy. She is, there's nobody like Roseanne. And I know she's had a lot of like things that have come at her over the years, a lot of, she always makes controversy. She always does. Sometimes it seems like it's too much for sure. Other times it seems like what you would expect out of a comedian, out of an instigator. It's kind of what you would expect. Because that's what challenges comedians in the first place. Like, oh, I can say this, I can't say this. How do I mill around this area of taboo, right? Whatever the taboo is. But then I put the episode onto Twitter because they allow longer form episodes now, or longer video on there. And then Elon Musk, the frickin' alien liaison, he shared it. And so that went, that was unbelievable. That, just the fact that he did it, now, and whatever you think about Elon, or whatever that's not it. That's not what I'm thinking about. I'm just thinking how fat. Here was like a man who's like an influential man. And he's sharing, me, Roseanne, and I having a conversation. So it was just pretty fascinating. The whole experience was kind of fascinating. I think I was bummed out because I feel like I've done a lot of like neat work on YouTube, and I try and show up every week for the channel. And yeah, so I think that's what it was like. If we're partners, have a discussion. At least someone speak to me. But that's their platform. And that's their rules. And, a lot of times we have to play within the rules. If I walk onto a basketball court, I know the rules, and that's the rules. So today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. We're grateful for them. We're grateful for facilities that offer help to people. If you are struggling, feeling like yourself, shoot, I am today, then BetterHelp can be there for you. One thing that I love about BetterHelp is that you can FaceTime, you can call, you can text with a therapist. You can kind of like level it the way that it works best for you. If you're working with a therapist and you don't feel comfortable with them, get a new therapist. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. But you want to try different ones until you get one that you feel like is helping you navigate some things. Or that's my thought anyway. That's just my experience. But BetterHelp, nobody does it as good as them. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Theo today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/THEO. Sometimes in life we're faced with tough choices, and the path forward isn't always clear. BetterHelp can help. Profiling, surveillance, data harvesting. There are lots of things not to like about tech giants, but what can you actually do about it when you rely on so many other products? It's a great question. Well, the good news is it doesn't take much for you to take a stand. For less than $7 per month, you can join me and fight back against big tech by using ExpressVPN. That's right. ExpressVPN helps you make anonymous much of your online presence by hiding your IP address. Your IP address is a unique identifier that every device has that allows big tech to match your activity back to you. That's why I use ExpressVPN on all my devices to make it much more difficult for them to exploit my data for their own profits. And the best part is how easy it is to use ExpressVPN or the ExpressVPN app. I just tap one button on my phone or computer to turn it on, and that's all it takes to keep people out of my business. So if you don't like big tech tracking you and selling your personal data for profit, it's time to fight back. ExpressVPN.com/Theo right now to protect your online freedom and privacy. That's ExpressVPN.com/THEO. ExpressVPN.com/Theo. What else? God, I don't know why I feel nervous today, man. I had a good time. I got to go to Utah. And they have a water shortage over there. So if you got a bucket of water or something, tell you, man, you get you 2 buckets of water, you'll get a date with the prom queen over there. You know, if you're appropriately aged. 2 buckets of water, homie, they'll do. You know, if you're in southern Utah, there's a drought. If you start crying, somebody come up and hold a plant right under you. Like, hey, buddy, I know you're depressed, but I got this bougainvillea that needs some help. Yeah, there's a drought. And I thought it was interesting, like in this town, we did a show in Springdale, Utah, and it was beautiful. I'd never done this. It was like outdoors, and there was, you know, just nature, big chunks of, what is it? Like a big, big chunk of nature. It's like where nature raises their hand, kind of mountains. They have huge mountains. And what is that mountain range? Southern Utah. And that mountain range is the Wasatch Range, I think. And it goes over there to Mount Zion Park. And it's just stunning. But we had a show over there. And my brother lives in that area, and they only have so much water. And so, yeah, I mean, you gotta ask for help. If you need water, people don't have it. You know, people just don't. I mean, I would find myself licking my hands and then rubbing it in my eyes so I could still blink. Like, you get dehydrated there pretty easily. So they have like water shares, it's called, in the area, where if you move, you can't build a new home there unless you have water shares. And that's like your allotment of water. And my brother, in the morning, they go and they like go in different parts of their town, and they have to turn these different valves, and then they get their share of water. So it's pretty, like, we went for a ride and we turned a valve, then we went to another part and turned another one, and then went to another place and turned another one. And at that time, you're like unleashing the water. And then you get back home and the water is just coming down the street, like in this little, like cement ravine. And you're getting like your allotment of water for the week or month. I thought that was pretty cool. I'd never seen it before. But the people are damn dehydrated there, you know. You got to, they're sharing water. Every ounce is accounted for in that area. You'll tell a neighbor, hey, can you flush your toilet? Because we want to make some soup, It's just they don't have a lot to go around. So what else do I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, I went and did Kill Tony. That was amazing. If you haven't seen Kill Tony, it's unbelievable. I think it's unbelievable what they've put together there. It's like the realest. I mean, they have people that get up and do 1 minute of comedy, have your name pulled out of a hat. It's so hard to do. 1 minute is hard to do. Because it's like, you can't really go into a story. So you kind of have to just tell a couple jokes. But it's just so much pressure. And then it's crazy because the performer gets 1 minute and they know that's what they get. But then Tony gets 2,000 minutes if he wants to rip them to shreds. And they just have a beautiful band there. Somebody is blind. So that's anytime you got a blind guy, that's a fucking crystal ball right there. That's the original crystal ball. Do you rub on a blind guy till he says something? And if that, that's dark magic, baby. If you rub on a blind until they just whatever they say, and then that's the original crystal ball right there. But if you haven't seen Kill Tony, it just blew my mind how great it was, and what I just forget kind of. And it's just, if you never watched it, you just have to watch it sometime. So what else did I want to say? Went to Tampa, had a couple good shows in Tampa. One night was a little tough, I thought. Same for Vegas. One night was a little tough. I think I've been feeling, I'm realizing what I feel. Just feel a lot of pressure today. And I know there's no pressure by you guys. It's just pressure from my own self, I guess, I just feel, as the podcast has gotten busier, I feel more like like, how do I do it? That I have to do it perfectly. That's what I feel like. Yeah, I think I feel like since there's more people that have been tuning in, that I have to do it perfectly. So, and that's okay. It's a normal probably thing that people feel that way. Yeah, sorry, I'm just taking you guys through, I guess, some of my thoughts right now. But I can't do it perfectly. I can't do it perfectly, so I have to be careful not to leave myself in that space where I'm putting that much pressure on myself. So I'm just going to do it to the best of my ability. That's what I'm going to do. And I know it's easy for me to say that, but yeah, for some reason, I just have a lot of that feeling. Like I think that's some of the nervousness that I just feel like this feeling of just that I have to do this perfectly. And that's, I don't know what that is, but it feels like a pressure. And I know nobody's putting that pressure on me. It's just in my own head. And some of that was probably natural, but I just wanted to speak that out loud. So I'm just conscious of what I'm feeling instead of just feeling something and not trying to know what it is. But let's get into some calls, man. We had some that came in. As always, the hotline is 985-664-9503. The Baja. I've been working on that Jesse Ventura down in the Baja Soda. Bajas in the Baja Soda. Minnesota. Yeah. Well, and you want to know why? Baja. Do, re, mi, baja, la, ti, do. Got this pug shirt on him, keyed up, boy. Damn, son. I'll pee behind your cousin's house, dog, with this shirt on. That's who I am, bro. I'll run up and just start humping your leg, baby. That's what happens, homie. With this shirt on, anything's possible. You can identify whatever you want. That's the thing. Bro, you could chase somebody's fucking, you could chase a squirrel. and nobody say nothing to you. That's the power of the pug shirt. That's the power of the pug shirt, baby. Let's get into a couple calls here.
This is Garland Drake. I'd like to talk to you because you're one of my favorite comedians.
Thank you, Garland Drake. Appreciate the call, brother, and thank you for the nice words, man. Let's hear more.
My phone number is 270-893-55. Shit, I remember my number, man. 270-893. 270. Fuck. 55. 893. 893. 270. Fuck. What's my phone
Well,
number?
Hold
on, man.
Yeah, that's there you go. Well, we tried our best, Garland. We tried our best there, brother. And thank you again for the nice words. And that's where that's the age we live in now. People don't remember their phone number. What else we got here?
Hey, Theo. Recently, I was at the OBGYN, the ladies' doctor. I recently miscarried, and, you have to go for a couple appointments afterward. And I happened to have been listening to your and Stavros's podcast, and the doctor overheard where you prefer to call the ladies' parts cooter.
Oh, yeah. Cooter, baby. I know what you're saying, and that's... Yeah, because cooter, people know what it is, but you could also pretend, hey, it could be something else, Oh, man, we just saw a cooter run by here, Oh, look, what is that, a cooter? You could almost pretend, oh, damn, my cousin, he just got attacked by a cooter. I think, it's still enough of the masking where you don't have to, say, you know what I'm talking about. So, onward.
Instead of the other word that starts with a P.
Yeah, and I just said it too. I'm going to say it again real quick. I'm going to pretend like I'm not saying it, but okay, onward.
And she thought that it was absolutely one of the funniest things she had ever heard. And then she asked what you would prefer to call the male equivalent, and I realized I didn't know what you would prefer to call it.
That Def Leppard, homie. That's what I call it. That Def Leppard, baby. That skeet pony. You know what I'm saying? That bust knuckle. I think those are good terms for it. That sperm Randall, they'll call it sometimes. Ooh. Daddy got that sperm Randall on him. What else people call it? That batter twig. Somebody say, hey, let me break you off a little something. Let me break you off half a tablespoon out this batter twig. I would say wiener as well. I think people say wiener. And I think wiener is good. You can say it near children. If you yell it at somebody too, suck my wiener. It almost seems like, oh, this guy kind of means it. Because everybody says SMD, right? But if you say, hook my wiener, I think people are more into it. What else? I watched that Joey Chestnut, that guy, that Frank, that dude is a damn Frank pony, huh? Gosh. And that dude's he's that real boner homie. He'll throw them, he'll just guzzle them Franks. God. How many gay dudes watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I mean, it must be like when people do those Game of Thrones viewing parties. There's no way that in gay culture that isn't a huge thing. That should be on pay-per-view. At every gay club, I feel like it should be the biggest night at the gay club. It's like the Super Bowl, it feels like. Some dude, right? Yammering down 67 francs, bro. I think if you are gaying around, I think that will excite you. Well, I would think so. So anyway, just thinking out loud, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what I think I would call it probably. And I think I would call it probably wiener. That cooter bridge too. Because a lot of times if you're making love to somebody and you look down, your wiener just looks like a bridge between you and cooter. You know, you could if you even had like little characters, you could put them on it. A hunting we will go, a hunting we. Or, you know, I don't know what, you could do different music, I guess, But yeah, Joey Chestnut, damn, he rumbled down them franks, boy. And then he's wet. He's just like it's all on his shirt and chest. How is that not the gay Super Bowl? You have to prepare for your financial future. There's no doubt about it. You have to prepare for what you want your future to look like. If you want to save, you need to save. I'll tell you this, a credit card consolidation loan from LightStream can help you pay off your credit cards and lock in a low fixed interest rate. Rates start at 8.99% APR with auto pay and excellent credit. Now I'll say this, I've had some loans that I consolidated and worked out great. So I'm familiar with this process. From LightStream, you can get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000 and there are absolutely no fees. You can even get your money as soon as the day you apply. And just for our listeners, apply now to get a special interest rate discount and save even more. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/THEO. That's lightstream.com/Theo. Subject to credit approval, rates range from 8.99% APR to 25.49% APR and include 0.50% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/Theo for more information. Are you aware that 35% of all fatal accidents occur between 6 p.m. and midnight? That people aged 25 to 34 have the highest amount of drivers involved in car crashes. And that people aged 15 to 24 had the highest rate of emergency room visits due to car accidents of all age groups. That's information, folks. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. That's right. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 800 lawyers. With over $15 billion recovered for clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Submitting a claim to Morgan & Morgan is as easy as trying to find a hairless cat in a nudist colony. You know what I'm talking about, boy. That's right. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/thispastweekend or dial pound law, pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/thispastweekend or dial pound law, pound 529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. All right, let's get to another call. This episode's a little all over the place, guys. I want to thank everybody that's come out recently and seen me. Dude, it's just been unreal. And it feels, I think, it feels tough to repay people for the support. That's, I think, sometimes what feels a little bit tough. It's like, man, how will I be able to be as supportive to this person? How can I be as supportive to you who's being supportive to me? So it's okay. It's just in my heart. I think some of it will get figured out over time. But yeah, I think about that though. And I'm just thankful that you guys have been coming out. All types of people, damn. Chicanos, Americanos, black folk. We've had Chinese. We've had, kind of, you know what I'm talking about. Filipinos. We've had everybody. All types have come out. And we're just grateful for everyone. So thank you guys so much. And women too. And it's just been beautiful. A lot of beautiful ladies come out too, and men. Let's see what else we got here.
Hey, Theo, this is Jacob Price from South Bend, Indiana. I know on your podcast you talk a lot about, what you like about certain girls,
South Bend, and I've been over there to Mishawaka as well. And I got stuck in a townhouse with a man who was chain smoking cigars. And I got stuck in there for a couple days with him. Let's hear more.
I know it's easy to talk about what we like in girls, but I was just curious what some of your turnoffs are. Some.
Oh, yeah. Turnoffs, brother. I feel it. And I would say probably chatty. If somebody's just being too chatty, why are they doing it? Don't do it. Orange perfume. If somebody's wearing orange perfume, I don't like it. I don't like it that much. Senior citizen perfume. Some of you'll have younger women wearing senior citizen perfume. I don't understand that. You can wear it when you get there, I prefer, if a woman doesn't work or know the value of work, I'm out. I like a hardworking woman. Now, she don't have to have 3 jobs, but I like a woman who just knows the value of work. What else? Oh, turn off for me, can't swim. If you can't swim, honey, the earth is 80% water. So if there's a tsunami and you trying to get on my back, bye, bitch. I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't your floaty. I ain't nobody floaty. So, yeah, if she can't swim, I'm out. And what else? Oh, if she has way too many dietary restrictions, I'm out. I'd love to discuss it more, but no, I wouldn't. I'm out. I'm upstairs. So I think those are some of the things that I really like, and that are some of my things about women, And if a woman hate butterscotches, if you hate butterscotches, baby, then I'm out. Because I love them. I love a damn beef scotch for daddy. Let's take another call here.
Hey, man, my name is Angel, bro, and I wanted to ask you something. What do you think about Colombians?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're beautiful. Most of them are beautiful, and all of them are. I couldn't, I believe in Colombians. I couldn't do it. So when I see them, I couldn't do it, brother. Colombia? I'm upstairs, boy. I'd be upstairs in a one-story house, homie. That's how geeked up on that cocaine. Hey, you been doing cocaine? God dang. Dude, I'd snort everything in that damn country, boy. They call me Baby Dyson. I'll be out there fucking. Dude, I'll do 1/70th of an 8-ball out of a big girl's belly button, homie. That's who I am. I'm upstairs. Yeah, that's the thing. I couldn't have survived there. So when I see a Colombian, I respectado. Because I couldn't have done it, man. I would have got an 8-ball for my 12th birthday. I wouldn't even have blown out the candle. I would have just done blow. I would not have blown out the candles. They'd have light all the candles. I'd be doing, I'd be off doing gramming out. I'm like, damn, the cake's burning. I'd be like, my brain is burning. I'm on coke. So there's a lot of me that's, that I would that. So I commend them when I see them. It's just like, damn, how'd you do it? I mean, I'd have been so coked up. I'd have turned 13 in a week. You give me an 8-ball for my 12th birthday, homie, I'll be 13 in a week. So I just know that I would not have been able to stay alive. I grew up around a lot of sugar cane, and I did enough of that. So if I was by that snow cane, baby, God, I'd be a sharecropper, son. I'll freaking do some cocaine. I will do it. So, yeah, I just couldn't have done it, but I believe in Colombians, and I commend them. And they should, if they even make it to 18, I think they should get a free house or free truck, small truck. But that's just what I think. Thank you for calling and asking me and caring about what I think. That's very sweet of you. Let's see what else we got here.
Hey, Theo. My name's Nick. I was listening to your podcast with Adam.
Yeah, thank you. That was an episode with Adam Devine, who was just in. And, man, I started the movie Outlaws, and it's good. It's funny. I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it. He is really funny. Man, I knew Adam was funny. He's always been very entertaining. I'm glad I'm getting to see him again. Yeah, he is just, he's extremely unique. Onward.
And y'all brought up the topic of Ma, and I actually have a similar story to that. This lady, when we were 13, she used to buy us beer and shit. She was I think like 28, 30 years old, and we all thought it was cool, but she also worked at a cafe in town, and they sold really good chicken strips. But
oh yeah, man. And meeting an older woman there's something very erotic about it when you're a child, or when you're a teenager or something. There's something, if you haven't, once you start getting sexual interest, once you start looking through your wiener as that third eye, you start seeing the world differently. And you really do. So, yeah, I could imagine if there was a woman who you felt a connection to, and that she also had chicken strips or another good appetizer, that would be very temptational. Let's hear more.
Anyway, she used to get us food, and she'd take us to her house or something, and we'd bang her out. Or
oh, okay. Whoa. Surprise right there. That took a turn in the thing. Onward?
Get nasty. And anyway, I lost my virginity to her for some free chicken strips in the cafe bathroom. And,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, buddy. Well, there's something beautiful about making love at work. There's something dangerous, too, about it. Risque. You know, especially if they had chicken strips, man. There's something very avant-garde about making love near a deep fryer, an active deep fryer, you know, because, you know, if you're doing sex, things can get, you know, there can be level changes. There's, you know, so if you're near an active deep fryer, that bitch, you get you have one paw that slips off into that thing. You know, you're playing catch with a dang apple fritter after that. You know, you're going to be living with the damn bear claw on you. So I think there's different ways to do it. And then, you know, you're going to be doing the Pledge of Allegiance with a damn funnel cake over for a hand. So that's a thing. You could end up real damaged. Now, I'd say this. If you fried your hand, this would be the craziest thing, I bet. If you flash fried your hand, you're in the kitchen, your hand slips in there. Whoosh, how hard would it not be the first thing to just bite into it? Thank you for the call, brother. Appreciate you. And I hope we could offer you a little bit of thought there. But, dude, I got to see Mel Gibson at the UFC, man. I was so excited. I feel bad sometimes sharing about stuff like that because I feel like it makes me like seem like I'm like a fancy guy, you know? Or like that I'm name dropping, but it was just fun. Like yeah, dude, I can't believe that I got to go again. And yeah, it was just, I mean, it was wild, dude. Mark McGuire was there. And I love him. No, Mark Wahlberg. Sorry. Yeah. And then Mel Gibson, dude. Mel Gibson. From The Patriot, brother. Aim small, miss small. God, he was there. And I want to see that new documentary that came out. That everybody's been talking about. So we'll see if I can get to view that. Let's take a couple more calls. Thank you guys as always. 985-664-9503. I'm going to try to do another solo episode soon when I'm feeling a little bit more settled. I feel very, like, I don't know, frenetic today or frenetic. So I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to share with how I'm feeling. And sometimes it's like I can't even, I don't know. I'm having trouble even knowing how I'm feeling today. This just feels, well, fuck. It's fucking Monday. So what are you going to do even?
Hey, Theo. I had a question for you. I didn't know what you would do. Me and my wife tried out a threesome with another girl, and turns out she likes girls now. And then we tried a threesome with another dude, and it turns out I kind of like dudes, so we're thinking about going our separate ways. What would you do?
Well, y'all gay, bruh. You know, and that's great, man. You know that you're gay. That's because the craziest thing is when people don't know. When people don't know they gay, they find themselves doing stuff and wondering why they're doing it. They'll go lay on top of a man or something for a few minutes and like, what the fuck are they? But they don't know it. You know, sometimes people don't know they're gay. And so at least you guys have figured out. I believe there's a lot of I don't know if I want to say incoherent gays out there, but people that are gay that do not know they are gay. They're almost like ghost gays or whatever. But I think more incoherent gays because they are gay, but they do not know it. You know? You have a man, you'll put him in a wiener shed or whatever. He'll sit in there for 4 fucking hours. But then he'll come out talking about his wife, but he ain't thinking, hey, why I've been in there for 4 hours in that wiener shed, boy. That's gay and boy. So congratulations, brother. I'm happy for you guys. What else? My buddy Ernest fell off the stage. I don't know if you saw this. It's a great TikTok. It was Morgan Wallen, Nelly, Ernest. There was a show. And Ernest tried to throw this rose. They have a beautiful song called Flower Shops. And he tried to throw a rose, like as far as anybody's ever thrown a rose before. And he just, he put it all into it. He used to pitch at Lipscomb. And this one was a little outside. What else do we got? Let's take one or two more calls from you guys, man. You can always hit the hotline 985-664-9503. Let me know what's going on with you. Some exciting guests that we have coming up. A lot of excitement in the air. So,
hello, folks. Larry in upstate New York.
What's up, Larry?
Just listening to the most recent broadcast, Tom Segura and Theo. And you guys are talking about Guinness Book records, and did Tom ever want to have like a thing where he could do to set a record? And it's funny you're talking about this because I happen to have thought about that. And my thing I would like to do is the longest pee, the longest urine taken, steadily, straight, constant stream, longest time. They may already have somebody in there.
Well, yeah, look, I think that's a beautiful suggestion. Doing the longest pee is beautiful. For Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer, what would be a good Guinness record for them? Maybe longest sandwich. Seeing both of them start at the opposite end of a different sandwich and eat their way as far as they could and try to meet in the middle. Or just eat a long sandwich together. The first way sounds a little bit, yeah. But just eat the world's longest sandwich. The longest two men have ever stood bare-chested, pressing their chests against each other. I could see them doing that. What else could I see Tom and Bert doing for a Guinness record? Maybe the longest sentence. Bert can get into some long sentences. So maybe if he started a sentence and just tried to go as far as anybody's ever gone, but also making sure that the sentence makes sense. So that would be really, really interesting. What else? That's a good one. I'd love to throw that out to you guys. What would be some really neat Guinness records to try and set? Some rare ones. I think the longest, maybe if you fill your mouth with lump crab meat and ran, whoever could run the farthest with a mouthful of LCM, baby lump crab meat. I think that would be quite a work of art. Yeah, but those are some nice thoughts, man. Good to think out loud and be having my brain work. That makes me feel good when my brain is active. Make me feel warm. Let's take this call right here. Here we go.
What's up, Theo? This is Zach, bro. Right here at work right now, brother. I'm a sewer man. That's what I do, Theo. I clean the sewers, baby.
Oh, yeah, brother. You're a Ninja Turtle, baby. You down there in them pipes, homie. So, thank you very much for the call. Let's hear more.
Get in there and clean up, baby. But yeah, bro, I'm just, tomorrow's the anniversary of my father. He recently passed away about 2 years ago. And, I accomplished a lot, in the time that he's gone, and it's been a little rough because, he hasn't really, I didn't really get a chance to show him everything, that I've been able to accomplish, but just feeling a little down about it, Theo, and, I know you've been through similar struggles with I didn't really know my father. I knew him well, but not well enough, So I just want to know if you have any advice about that, Theo. Just feeling a little down about my pops, that's all. But appreciate you, man.
Gang, baby, thank you for the call. Yeah, man, he's so proud of you. Man, he's so proud of you. And I'm sorry that he's not here with you anymore. I think about this a lot. I think about that your heartbeat, like if you want to feel your father, you can put your hand on your heartbeat. Because he made that beat. He and your mother, they remixed a human. That's how it works. They cut a track and that was you. But your heartbeat it's their heartbeats. So that's the drum of your father. He's in you. I can put my hand on my heart and I can feel a beat that my father started, that his father started. That's why when I think we have those feelings of pride, of feeling like, that our parents are proud of us, or that feeling of pride goes so deep. You can feel how deep it is. I mean, it'll bring tears to your eyes sometimes. As a young man, if sometimes, especially, you ask yourself, like, is my father proud of me? Man, there's nothing sharper than that edge in a man. Even the craziest thing is, even if you didn't even know your father, I can relate. I didn't have enough moments with my father that would help us know each other well enough as humans and as men. I had some experiences, but I didn't have as many conversations and intimate connections, or sentimental connections, because he was passing away as I was just coming into my teenagers years and stuff. So I can just relate. In that sense. And it's crazy that you just want your dad to be proud of you. There's nothing else a guy wants. It's like, yeah, I know my father's some, but not a lot. But that question will hit me sometimes, man, I just hope he was proud of me. So I just want to tell you that your dad's real proud of you, bro. And, and he put that beat in you, man. That's his heartbeat. So if you want to feel your dad, you want to feel that's his sound. That sound started with him. I mean, you just a sample track, homie. We all are. But I know he's proud of you, man. And I'm sorry that he's gone, but he's through you. When you smile, he smiles. That's his smile. When you see something beautiful, he sees something beautiful. And when you do good, and probably even when you don't, man, he's proud of you. So just keep your head up, homie, and know that you're not alone, And other ways you can get, you can live vicariously, and when you interact with a male mentor of yours, and you let them know, hey, I really appreciate this. I appreciate your outlooks and your thoughts, if you do. That's a way to get a little bit of fatherhood from someone else. It's interesting. It's like, maybe if you see a young man and he's trying to do something for his father, but he can't do it or he can't afford it or he can't help, if you step in there and help, that's you doing something for a father. And it may not be your father, but you are doing something for that position of a father. You are being of assistance to a father. And I notice that sometimes it helps me some. It helps me, my father was real old, so if I do something nice for an older man, it's or if I do something nice for a friend's father, it's in a way, it's me doing something nice for my own father. It's like I want to say example, but there's a better term for it. So you can have your relationship vicariously. You can have those needs fulfilled somewhat, a little bit vicariously through other people's relationships and father-son relationships. I find anyway. I have moments where I'll tell some of my friends' fathers who've had importance in my life, I'll say to them, hey, I want to thank you, some of what I needed I was missing, but you showed up there. And that's not a knock to my father, because my father, I'm really saying, it's kind of like I'm using someone else as like a template or as a mannequin for my own father. But yeah, isn't it so deep how it's it's like all a young man wants is for his father to be proud of him. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what a want that is. Maybe if we taught more in schools from that perspective, instead of from a knowledge perspective, what if we taught more from like an emotional need perspective? Like, what if that, how many of your, like, what if a class for young men was how many of you want your fathers to be proud of you, And then you taught from there. These are ways in the world where you can create, where you can fulfill that need. Anyway, thank you for calling, brother. And I love you, man, and I appreciate you, and I'm proud of you too, dude. I really am. I really am, man. Yeah, what else? We got some great new tour dates that we mentioned in the beginning, a lot of new cities. So if you get a chance, looking forward to seeing you guys there. I'm trying to think of anything else that's been going on. I don't know. I'm just trying my best today. It's one of those days. I prepared some today to be prepared, and it's just, you do the best you can. And so that's what we're doing. I want to thank so many people for being a part of my journey and being a part of this podcast. Yeah. Man, I'm having a tough time today a little bit. It's okay. I'm fine. It's just one of, it is what it is. I love you guys. We'll go in the way that we came out. I hope to do another solo episode soon. I'll do a better job of not making it so long between them. And yeah, I appreciate you and thank you guys. Met so many nice people that have come out over the past few months to the shows. It's hard to process it all sometimes and feel like you're showing enough gratitude at the same time. So that's some of the journey that I'm in right now. And yeah, that's what's going on over here. I'll see you guys in Edmonton this week, and then up through the Northeast. We have shows next week. And yeah, just thank you. Thank you guys for supporting me. Sometimes when you agree with me or sometimes when you don't. That's something I'm learning to do better in my life is be there for people, whether sometimes I agree with some of their things or don't, so I'm just grateful, and I hope that I can be as supportive to you in my life as you are to me. And you guys be good to yourselves, baby. You deserve it. Gang, baby.
And my mind is somewhere else, but when I find it, I'll patch up where it's
been wrong.
Now
I'm just floating on the breeze,
and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be
cornerstone.
Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take a little time for me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine that light on me.
Come on, baby.
I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine
on me.
and I will
Find a song.
I will sing it just